I want to speak about this no good coon and sellout of the black community family by the name of Rickey Smiley. And if you see me looking over at a piece of paper, that's just for me to stay on topic with the particular things I want to be talking about. But I want to speak about this no good sellout, Rickey Smiley, who had the nerve, the gall, and the audacity to say that black people on the internet make him sick because if for saying I'm not with Kamala Harris, and if you ain't with Kamala Harris, that means you with Trump. I beg to differ. If you say if we ain't with Kamala Harris, that don't mean that everybody's for Trump. That just means that we could be not for either party. Because on my platform, I ain't rocking with neither party. Neither party got something specifically designed for foundational Black Americans to benefit us. So I ain't in favor of neither party. And then he went on to say, black man, Kamala Harris ain't prosecute you. I got treated badly in the courtroom as well. I beg to differ. Out there in California, Kamala Harris was locking up black people like it was going out of style. I even seen something on the Vice YouTube channel where she unjustly locked up a brother for murder at that. And then when he was trying to get his appeal hearing, she would go to his appeal hearings just to make sure that the brother stayed locked up. Where they do that at? And all the brother wanted was an apology. She never issued one. And he said, Rickey Smiley went on to say, where that same energy at for Donald Trump? I got that same energy for Donald Trump because I ain't taking my eyes off the racism coming from his side and him saying and calling for the unjust execution of our brother, the Central Park Five. I can never forget about that. And they both wings off the same bird, if you ask me. He said, y'all ain't even doing no research on her record, meaning Kamala Harris. Yeah, we done the research on Kamala Harris' record, and the research comes back in real time that she's burying foundational black Americans in the influx of all these immigrants. Where you think they sending all these immigrants, Rickey Smiley? Directly to the black American community, and that's directly harming us. And she directly locked up black men and women, her and Joe Biden, like it was going out of style. He went on to say, if you Google her record, you can see all she's done for black people. Rickey Smiley, you know that's a bold-faced lie, and you telling one, and you just trying to say whatever you can say because we know you in them pockets. You just trying to say whatever you can say. So if she does, for chance, happen to get elected, you can make sure you still got them butter biscuits coming in. Moving right along. He went on to say, in our time, a black man and woman becoming president is unheard of, meaning Obama and Kamala Harris both becoming president is unheard of. For one, there's some questioning as to even if Kamala Harris is black. You know, there's some questioning around her dad's side. And Barack Obama, they both of which tethers and they not of our lineage as foundational black American. You know, they doing for all these black immigrants and Latino immigrants coming into this country, but they'll do absolutely nothing for foundational black Americans whose ancestors built this nation, might I add. We fought in every war and we're enslaved in this land. This is our land, and they'll do nothing for us. That's insane. And that's insane for us to keep on voting and get nothing from both parties for the vote. And somebody on the show also went on to say if Harris is elected, she could be sworn in on MLK Day by Katharine Brown Johnson or something like that. That's symbolism. We ain't worried about her getting ushered in on MLK Day by another black woman. We supposed to be happy about that. That don't appease me. You want to appease me, do something that benefits all foundational black Americans. You know, give us that black hate crimes bill and give us our reparations that is justly owed. You know, it's not no handout, it's owed for the atrocities our ancestors had to endure. But moving right along. Then Rickey Smiley kept on making the point to point out that she was Alpha Kappa Alpha. Because, you know, Rickey Smiley is a part of the Omega Psi Phi. I think so. You know, I'm pretty much sure he's a part of the Omega Psi Phi. And this is Greek fraternity stuff. This ain't ours. This is Greek stuff. And if, you know, no disrespect to our real brothers and sisters who are members of these fraternities, but for the most part, these fraternities only benefit a selective group of tokenized Negroes, you know, that are part of the boule as well. It don't benefit all black people, you know, from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows in society. So this don't mean nothing. This is, you know, symbolism talk as well, saying she's a member. We supposed to get all charged up because she's a member of some fraternity. You miss me with that. But y'all, man, somebody else on the show said, but y'all, man, she ain't talking reparations. You damn right. We mad she ain't talking reparations. And I'm mad that neither party is talking reparations. But a little bit more so Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris comes out here and cosplays to be foundational Black American, talking about she's eating some collard greens, listening to Tupac, doing this, that, and the other. And that's why some more so some Black people are coming at Kamala Harris a little bit more than Trump, which it might appear that way because she comes among us and cosplays as us and tries to, be down and use that black when it's convenient card. Donald Trump don't do that, and everyone else got paid but FBA. So we're so mad. Some people are so mad at her, just maybe a little bit more than Donald Trump, because she cosplays as us, and then she don't want to produce no reparations. She done said she ain't going to do nothing for Black people and Black people alone, but everyone else she'll do something for. Everyone else got paid but FBA. The Japanese got paid. The Asians got paid. The Jews got paid. Even immigrants is getting paid. Family, I just seen something here on the internet where an immigrant went into a store and left their EBT receipt on the store counter, and that receipt said $13,000. Family, that's insanity. And this is under Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's regime. They dumping them immigrants into our neighborhood and putting them up on with all this money and credit cards and all this foolishness. And this is coming from Black taxpayer dollars as well. And then he had the nerve to throw our brother Medgar Evers up in the mix and say our brother Medgar Evers died for voting rights. I find it a little bit disrespectful that Rickey Smiley would even mention our good brother Medgar Evers in the same sentence with a tether such as Kamala Harris, because Medgar Evers did the best with what he thought he had to deal with at the time. And our brother Medgar Evers didn't fight, just for a specific group of people that was high up on the hog. He fought for all of our people from the top to the bottom, from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. He ain't just fight for a selected few Black people to make it. So he fought for all of our people to make it. So I find it very disrespectful and distasteful that he would even mention a great brother like Medgar Evers in the same sentence with Kamala Harris, who ain't nothing but in the pockets of the white dominant society. And he went on to say, we got to get behind people like Ben Crump, Kamala Harris, Roland Martin, and Joy Reid. And these people took a knee and bowed down to the system of racism, white supremacy. We ain't got to get behind these people. We got to get behind as real foundational Black Americans. We got to get behind real brothers and sisters that's really going to speak up, get out here and fight for our people to push the envelope, not people that's going to be taking underhand pay cuts behind the scenes to sell our people out. Damn that, them days is over. Then he had the nerve to say, we as Black men got an issue with Black women for going at Harris. How we got an issue with Black sisters for going at Harris? We ain't got an issue with our Black sisters. We got an issue with Harris. So stop trying to flip the narrative and try to divide it like there's some Black men and women divide. Just because we got a problem with Harris don't mean we got a problem with our sisters. We love our sisters, but Harris has sold out Black men and women, and we ain't rocking with her, and I ain't rocking with Trump neither. I always say that on my platform, so I ain't picking the lesser of two evils. I just won't pick. I always say in poker, what do you do when you got a bad hand, a hand that you can't play, and a hand that you don't want? You reject, you fold that hand, you get a hand back. In the same way, we should reject both of these presidential candidates because neither of them got the Black community's interest in mind. Then he said he stands as a Black man with Harris with tears in his eyes. This sellout no good Negro. Do you know, family, on the audio I heard of the Rickey Smiley morning show, this Negro was sitting up there crying, sounded like that other van guy, crying for these politicians. So much want somebody to save Black people. Ain't nobody coming to save Black people. We must do for self. And, that's the only way we're going to be saved is through self. We can't look outside the self for someone to save Black people. And Rickey Smiley, you did a great acting job, if you ask me, because you deserve an Academy Award for your performance sitting up there trying to cry over Kamala Harris. Damn that. She has done nothing for Black people but flood us with immigration and lock mass amounts of Black people up, her and Joe Biden. And lastly, he said Dr. King died and Medgar Evers died and Rosa Parks got locked up in jail for it to be Black people to be up in these presidential seats. And I beg to differ. Yeah, they might have fought resistance and came across all these things for black people to get up in these seats, but it wasn't for sellouts, tethers, and coons to get up in these seats. It was for real black brothers and sisters, real foundational black Americans that was really going to stand up here and speak truth to power and really push an envelope for their people. And now, when I'm talking about for our people, I'm not talking about just a select group of well-to-do black folks. I'm talking about black folks from the top to the bottom. They fought for our people to be on the winning end of things from the top to the bottom, not just a select group of black people. Just my thoughts on the matter. But Rickey Smiley, you a no good sellout tether, and we know you on payroll of the dominant white society. Just my thoughts on the matter. Peace.